Why have we been seeing 555? What does it mean? What are these messages for? Where are they coming from? Have you been seeing angel number 555? All angel numbers give messages, and they're all from the divine source that we all come from. And you can see them as messages from our angels, messages from our ancestors, from our spirit guides. These messages and these numbers come up. You really want to think, okay, what's going on in my life right now? Or you want to think, okay, what have I been thinking about leading up to seeing this sign? A lot of times when we're thinking about what this message could mean, because it's not always as clear, we have to keep that in mind when we're kind of digging deep into that. Question: have you been seeing angel number 555? No.
Let go.
Have you been seeing angel number 555? Pella has been seeing angel number 555 for years now, and I'm going to tell her right now what that means. Pella, this video is for you because I know that you've been seeing angel number 555, and I really want to let you know what this means. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready? One of the more broader messages that come from this is just to have a positive look on any changes that are in your life. So again, these changes can be with family, friends, relationships, jobs, hobbies, things like that. It's important to keep a positive outlook on this because the inner you is going to basically be the reason for every decision that you're making forward, and that goes before this message and after this message. So keeping a very optimistic side to any changes in your life, whether you've seen 555 or not, is really going to help you act in a good way when it comes to subconscious behavior, because whatever's going inside of you is going to reflect outside of you. In general, all numbers have some sort of energy aligned with them, and so the number 5 resonates with freedom and influences, changes, and life lessons learned. And so 5 in general, whether you're just seeing the number 5 or you're seeing 55 or 555 or 555, or just if the number 5 stands out to you, just know that it holds an energy of change and of adapting and of freedom. And freedom can be like location freedom, financial freedom, emotional freedom, mental freedom. It can have so many messages, but the main message that stands out to me when it comes to 555 is letting go. And so with letting go, it talks about like, what are you chaining yourself to right now? What have you been tying yourself to for a long time that has maybe stunted your growth and you haven't realized it? What are you attaching to that's basically not allowing some change to flow in your life? Because life is about flowing. Life is about just keeping on going like water. And so what in your life right now have you been tying yourself onto and attaching to for so long that maybe is not serving you anymore, or maybe it's just a part of the old you, or maybe it's just you're not needed in the future you know? Everyone grows and goes to different paths and different places and different people. So what have you been going back to? Maybe you've moved forward, but then you just can't let go, so you always go back to old patterns, old people, old lifestyle habits, old eating behaviors. What is it that you're really holding on to right now that you think about often that you need to let go on to move on the path that you're taking? Think about a rope. You're holding on to a rope and you're pulling it kind of like tug of war, and it starts to give you blisters and your hand starts to hurt. And if you want to be relieved from that pain, you just gotta let it go. You just gotta let go of something that there's just no point of holding on to anymore. It's causing you more trouble than it is to win that game of tug of war. 555 can also represent the relationship that you have with God, and God can equal the universe or whoever you believe in. Put on this because you were given by the universe or by God this path to walk on with divinity. Think about your life as a timeline from this year to that year. In some years you have certain things in your life and certain behavior patterns and lessons to learn, and then other years will be very much different. So if you're looking at the trajectory, it's always leading somewhere. You're on this path a lot of times to get to the next path and the next milestone and the next trajectory, the next thing, the next person, the next habit, the next education, whatever. You have to get out of the old, and so you're going back and forth, and maybe it has to do with forgiveness. So it's really important to forgive right now. If you're not forgiving yourself and you're not forgiving those that have harmed you and hurt you, you're going to keep reliving that in your head. Once you relive something in your head so much, it's going to cause you to subconsciously act towards going back to that behavior or that person or thing. And so forgiveness for yourself and forgiveness for others, and just to forgive. And who knows, that forgiveness stage and allowing the change that maybe you're allowing that someone else has changed, or you're making a change to better a situation. So this doesn't always mean that something has to cancel out, but the letting go and the forgiving in your life is going to cause for you to go to the next step that can be better with those same people, with that same job, with that same habit. But there's something there that needs to be forgiven. There's something there that needs to be let go. There's something there that has to change to take you to the next step that's 10 times better. And so let's say you're in a relationship and you keep going back to it. Maybe the next step isn't to let go of the person and to be in a completely new relationship. Maybe it's to let go of the past hurt that they caused you, and maybe it's to let go of the miscommunication. So what is it there that needs to be forgiven and let go of so you can excel? A lot of it is forgive, let go, improve. So you really need to think about what you were thinking of when you seen the 555, who and what and when you were thinking of, what's going on in your life right now that you need to let go of or forgive. And see, does this mean it's something that has to get out of my life completely, or is it something in me that has to change? So that's what 555 means. If you have any questions, just put them down below, and I'll be making the rest of the angel number videos on this channel. So subscribe if you want to see more videos about angel numbers. Let me know if you want to see any other videos. I'm here to help. Pella, did that answer your question? I think it did. All right, peace.